Sony just dropped the teaser of their first ever R-rated Marvel movie. Are you guys craving to see a hunter from Marvel Comics coming into action? It's none other than Craven the Hunter.
Enjoy your meal, Sabertooth. It'll be your last in the Savage Land.
With no time to waste, we are going to break down the Easter eggs from the movie trailer. So let's get started. After this much waiting, Marvel will introduce the brutal, reckless hunter from the Marvel Comics, Craven the Hunter. The introduction of Craven the Hunter will complete the Spider-Man Sinister Six. Hopefully, we'll be able to see the epic battle between Spider-Man and the Sinister Six in the future. The Sinister Six are a group of supervillains who are the primary enemies of Spider-Man. The group comprises Dr. Octopus, leader, Craven the Hunter, Mysterio, Sandman, Scorpion, Vulture. We'll discuss Spider-Man and his connections with Sinister Six later in this video. So guys, comment down on your favorite Spider-Man villain you want to see in the upcoming MCU movies. Actor Aaron Taylor Johnson, who plays the title role in Craven the Hunter, revealed in a pre-taped greeting to CinemaCon 2023. However, from the trailer, we can see Rhino will be making a big appearance in it, and since it's Sony, they are not using Spider-Man in their villain spin-offs. Instead opted to have Rhino as the main focus.
Well, it's the itsy-bitsy spider.
The footage begins in the countryside, where a number of mercenaries are seemingly closing in on a location. Craven pops up out of nowhere, wielding his classic machete, and Craven bites a dude's nose off, and Craven cuts and slashes the villains to death. This is what's meant to be extremely brutal and lots of blood of gore in this scene. The description for the footage just says lots of blood, and they are going full out. They are earning and giving us an idea of how R-rated this movie is going to be. In the comic, Sergei Kravinoff, Craven the Hunter, is an ultimate hunter. The character himself introduced his name as Craven the Hunter in the comics to attempt to track down Spider-Man and claim him as a prize. In Craven's last hunt, he actually managed to accomplish this, and he ended up burying Spider-Man alive, which led to him having to crawl out of a grave, and thus it was considered one of the greatest Spider-Man stories of all time. Like all the villains, he has his way of doing things which he strictly sticks onto. He doesn't like the use of modern mechanized weapons like guns or bows or arrows. He uses blow darts, giant spears, and full-size bear traps to decapitate and chop up what he is hunting into pieces. Moreover, he prefers to take down these large, dangerous animals just with his bare hands or knives. His actions describe his nature and how powerful, strong, cruel, and brutal he is in the comics. This is just a brief summary of him with references from the comics. Since it is Sony, this could be an origin story of Craven the Hunter. We'll see not only the younger stages of his life, but also of his father, who Russell Crowe play.
Who in the hell are you?
Ghost of Christmas Past. Did you dance with a man for a change?
Russell Crowe as his father gave a general theme to the movie, and gives hints about what he is and what he'll become. And he concludes it by saying that both he and his son are predators. What really stands out in the movie is that Taylor Johnson, who plays Craven in this Sony Spider-Verse film, describes the character as a conservationist and protector of the natural world. So what does he have to do in the Tom Holland Spider-Verse? Comment down your ideas in the comment section. Since the Tom Holland Spider-Verse doesn't have a hunter, what does it mean to be a conservationist and protector of the natural world? Since he's a conservationist, he wants to preserve wildlife in the environment. An example of his way of protecting the wildlife is in one of the scenes where poachers are trying to kill the animals. Craven comes in and kills them and gutters them to death. Maybe that might be his way of kind of saving the animals. Look guys, we can't complain about it since he is a hunter, and that is his way of doing it. The poachers do have animal carcasses, so he probably kills them because they were killing animals to have those carcasses. The footage describing Craven, the hunter killing them, is very animalistic since Craven himself has characters of animals and considers himself an animal. When he attacks, he uses his weapons, hands, and teeth to bite. In that footage, he bites off his nose and spits out the blood into the camera and throughout the trailer. In this movie, we can see Rhino is going to be the bad guy. In this film, we are not going to see Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man Rhino. Instead, we are going to witness the comic book version of Rhino in which he'll be achieving his abilities through a serum. We get a shot of this Rhino's arm in his human form morphing into a giant rhino fist, and later, his body transforms completely into a rhino, and thus he becomes a giant rhino monster, and it will be up to Craven to take him down. So this can set up a stage where Craven faces off with Spider-Man, since Spider-Man seems really appealing to him just because of his spider characteristics and the powers and abilities of a spider. Craven has all of his reasons to attack and kill Spider-Man. Since Craven is introduced in the Tom Holland Spider-Verse, this could be a menace to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and this could potentially be another Spider-Man movie in the future, since they have Sinister Six. In the MCU, there's not only one animal-themed character. The MCU got Scorpion, Black Cat, Dr. Octopus, the Vulture, and so on. So Kraven's era is just getting started. The trailers comes to an end with a tagline, "Nothing survives the hunt." As I promised you before, we'll be talking more about the Sinister Six and Tom Holland's Spider-Man. It's pretty promising since Morbius Sony seems to have a better handle on the Sony Spider-Verse, as well as they are trying to set up Madame Web, an upcoming movie that is supposed to really set up everything. Sony's apparently going to be doubling down on having all of the villains of Spider-Man eventually come together. And this is interesting because Craven the Hunter is one of the founding members of the Sinister Six. And for Craven, Spider-Man is pretty much the ultimate prize for him because he really hates Spider-Man and, well, is short of defeating him on all the occasions they meet. Since Craven is actually the half-brother of Chameleon, there are higher possibilities of Chameleon becoming involved with the Sinister Six project as well when they eventually go up against Spider-Man. So some other potential theories come into action. In the Spider-Man No Way Home movie, Doctor Strange's spell went out of control and thus made all the primary villains from the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield universe come to the Tom Holland Spider-Verse. This can potentially be the gateway portal where Craven the Hunter might enter the Tom Holland Spider-Verse. Since he wasn't introduced in any of the movies before Spider-Man's No Way Home, the MCU team doesn't want to spoil the stuff. So they waited until they released the solo movie of Craven the Hunter. Another possible theory is in the movie's closing scenes, where the sky cuts open to various portals for other Spider-Man villains to enter the current universe. The most prominent among all these is a figure holding a spear with a thick builder's shell. This is Craven the Hunter. So the MCU literally introduced Craven the Hunter in the MCU and to us. So we now have the Sinister Six in the MCU, and it's just a matter of time before there could be a potential Tom Holland Spider-Man 4. Talking about Venom 2, the Carnage story that was PG-13. This guy is a serial killer with one of the most messed up backstories in comics, and they toned it right down to try and appeal to everyone. We are happy that at least they're doing carnage elements with this film. We know that Deadpool 3 will be R-rated, and it also opens the doors for movies like Blade and the like to receive that rating. Since there is a growth in PG-13 and R-rated movies in the MCU, Deadpool and Logan have shown us that they can do R-rated comic book films and have them do well. If this one succeeds, this could take the MCU to much higher stages, and thus, PG-13 and R-rated will help it become more normalized in the genre. So Sony and Marvel's Cinematic Universe are doing their best for a potential Sinister Six movie in the future and more R-rated and PG-13 movies in the future. The audience, especially all the Marvel fans and Spider-Man fans, needs a comic experience in live action. So guys, we have come to the end of an exciting video. Hope you guys all love this video. Let me know about your thoughts related to this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tune into our channel to watch more of these similar exciting videos. See you all in the next video.